First Coast Women's Services, we get the privilege and the honor of ministering God's words to different people. And right now, I would like to share a story with you about an entire family transformed by the power of God's love and the services of First Coast Women's Services.
18 years ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I had an abortion. I already had 3 children. I was not in a position that we could have another baby. And then my husband drove me to the clinic to have the abortion done.
I really just didn't have any idea of how to react to this situation. I didn't feel worthy enough, and I didn't care enough about myself to make a decision about somebody else's life. During this time, I blocked most of it out. The pain was always stayed with me, but I didn't really understand what it was. I started going back to church, and after the morning service, one of the deacons got up and made a presentation about the First Coast Women's Center was looking for men in the men's ministry, and my heart jumped and I couldn't figure out why. And I felt called to go into this ministry. Part of the training was an abortion healing. That kind of broke my heart. Figure here I am trying to help somebody, but I couldn't figure out why that hole was there, and then here it was, God trying to reveal it to me.
When he came home that day and told me that he was going to go through the abortion healing process thing at the First Coast Women's Center, I was furious. I've kept it hidden all these years. Then one Sunday in the bulletin, they had Forgiven and Set Free Abortion Healing Bible Study for women. I walked up to the lady that was going to lead the Bible study, and I said, I want to do this Bible study. And I started crying. The first few weeks of the Bible study were horrible for me because I was still in denial. My facilitator, she said, Jamie, if you don't put this wall down that you have built up, you'll never find God's healing. I didn't realize how much hatred I had towards my husband. You know, I might have been the one who wanted to do the abortion, but he allowed it. He didn't stop me.
Ezekiel 36:26. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you.
You have a new aspect on life, a new freedom, a new love with God.
And what this couple didn't realize is that while they were receiving the healing services from our abortion healing assistance program, their daughter had found out that she was pregnant and she was seeking an abortion. She actually came to First Coast Women's Services thinking that we were an abortion clinic and would perform those services for her.
I was driving down 6th Street and I saw the sign outside of First Coast Women's Center that says late and worried, free pregnancy test. So I walked in and I got introduced to a lady. I was telling her, I can't have a child. I'm a freshman in high school and I can't do this. And she told me
that it was a baby, it was not a tissue.
But God blessed me with my baby.
And First Coast Women's Center saved my grandbaby.
My baby is everything. Her name's Erin Piper. She is the most beautiful thing. She has pretty blue eyes. She's just starting to learn how to walk. When I wake up in the morning and she says, Mama, Mama, I know that my decision for having her and keeping her was the right decision. I've never been closer to my mother since I've had my child.
I prayed for a long time after God saved me to help me heal my wife and my family.
I've never been closer to the Lord.
And He's done every single thing I've asked Him to do.
Because of your partnership, this family was able to receive the restoration and the help that they needed.
If I didn't have the First Coast Women's Center, I don't know what I would do.
Thank you, First Coast Women's Center, for saving my family.
This family is now volunteering and sharing their story within their community so that others can benefit as they did.